The countdown to Thanksgiving is here, whether we like it or not. And according to data from TSA, Wednesday and Sunday are going to be some of the busiest travel days of the year. The FAA even predicting it is going to be the busiest Thanksgiving in terms of air travel in at least 15 years. So if you're going to catch a flight, listen up. Travel expert Brandon Blewett recently stopped by to share his tried and true tips.
It's that season, guys. It's time to travel for the holidays. And while you're probably stressing about what to get that hard-to-buy relative or that super opinionated cousin, what they're going to say at the table, Brandon Blewett is here to take away the travel, at least from the stress part of it, the traveling stress, and focus on that part first. So the holidays, like we said, busiest time of the year.
It is.
What is your biggest tip for people?
I think that what you should do is make sure that you put whatever your reservation, if you book it on a third party or with the airline, make sure you have a frequent flyer number and it's in the app.
Yes.
Because if there's any delays, if there's weather notifications, you're going to get that push to you so that you can adjust your travel plans accordingly and at least be able to make decisions around the holidays.
That's genius. Would you generally also suggest doing a refundable flight as well then?
If you're able to, I think that's easier. I do think that around the holidays that the airlines tend to give a little more grace if there's weather-related issues. So just see what the fare difference is and make your judgment call.
Do your research. But a lot of the stress for most people does come when it comes to, I think, stems from the buying aspect.
Yes.
Do you have tips and tricks for planning ahead, or does it really matter?
I've heard a few things.
Yeah.
I've always heard this myth that if the third Tuesday of every month at 2 a.m.
I've heard that one too.
Airfares just plummet. I have a lot of
your alarm.
Yeah, right. I have a lot of friends that work at the airlines, and they've said this is absolutely not true.
Okay.
Not true.
Myth busted.
But what you can do, Google Flights has timers that you can set. You can set it from metro areas. So if you wanted to leave from the Boston area to go to, say, South Florida, it might track Boston, Manchester, Providence, and then Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
And
genius.
You might be able to find a better fare that way. And there's also emails that you can sign up for. Well, they send me too many emails, so I don't like them.
Yeah, that's
but
true. It's like,
there's
I'm
a
not
lot
even
of services that it'll if you put in your cities, it'll send you an alert 3-4 times a day.
Oh, so to that point, is there a specific time frame you should buy it or no?
I wouldn't wait till the very last minute.
Fair.
But I think that if you're looking, 6 months to 2 months out, you're probably going to get an accurate depiction of what fares are going to look like going up to the flight.
That makes a ton of sense. And so you purchase a ticket, you're ready to go, you're packing your bags. What should be the adjustments should people be making when it comes to their arrival time, especially during the holiday season?
Well, at the holidays, you need to plan a lot of things. One, traffic.
Yeah.
The traffic patterns getting to the airport can be much worse. You need to check parking in advance, and if you can, make a reservation for the parking spot. Factor in the time it takes to get from the parking lot to the terminal. And then if you're checking bags, just assume that you're going to be in line for probably 30 to 45 minutes, and that the TSA lines are going to be about that length as well. So I'd say get to the airport at least 2 hours early if you have bags and you have little ones in tow. That way you're not stressing about getting to the gate and not making it on the plane.
So that is not the time for you to be testing out that airport theory that people are doing on social media. Absolutely not. But finally, delays are inevitable, especially with the weather, sometimes, especially in New England. So what should people be thinking about when it comes to the delays and staying occupied at the airport?
There's two things. First, if you take the first flight out in the morning, generally speaking, weather delays, mechanical issues, crew issues resolve themselves overnight.
Yeah.
And so that first flight out is less likely to be impacted by inbound flights, right?
Yeah.
If you are delayed at the airport, I think what's kept me sane is make sure your devices are charged and you have cords so you can plug in. Keep a water bottle on you so you can fill it up, because otherwise you're going to be spending $15 for a bottle of smart water.
So true.
And my mom always said, you're not you and you're hungry.
That's real.
So pack your own snacks that can get through TSA, because similarly, it's like a $20 bag of peanut M&Ms.
Yeah, you don't want to be angry at the airport and then have to spend $20 on M&Ms.
Exactly.
Finally, like you said, you travel a lot. You've told us this in the past. So what are some apps or products that you generally like to have on you when you're on the road?
So Flighty is an app that I think is really great for tracking. It'll let you know, hey, there might be some issues with your flight. Nice. You should maybe think about making a switch.
FLIGHTY?
That's it. FlightAware Aware is another great app.
I've seen that one,
It's a great app to track. And then Turbly is a website that actually tells you turbulence.
Oh.
So if you're nervous about turbulence, which some people are, I like to say it's like driving over a gravel road, right?
I try to think of it like it's just speed bumps in the air, but then my brain will freak me out.
But if you can mentally prepare, you're like, okay, this is what this flight was going to be like, and a lot of times that helps people.
That is a great one. I'm going to make sure to download that one as well. Make sure you're following Brandon. Where's your Instagram, social media?
Brandon in the Air on Instagram and X, and then just BrandonBlewett.com for my website.
Perfect. Thanks for the tips.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys.